You're welcome back to the show. I'm Kachi Ophia. So this is Arise 360, and as promised, we have Mr. Eazi. Now, he's known for pioneering Banku music, a sound characterized by percolating rhythms and laid-back vocals delivered in Ghanaian Pidgin English. Yes, Nigerians, other countries have Pidgin as well. Anyway, Mr. Eazi's music largely fits into the category of Afro beats. We know this is like African pop that marries global pop, high life, hip hop, the likes. Anyway, Mr. Eazi, it's great to have you on Arise 360.
How you doing?
I'm great. I gotta start with this.
Well,
how are you?
I'm fine. I was just telling you I'm on the street.
You're not on the street, Mr.
I'm
Eazi.
on the street.
You're not on the street,
I'm
though.
on Awolowo Street.
I mean, it's been a long year, you know, from COVID-19 to NSARS, and you know, it's just been going from one thing to another. Yeah. So really, like, how are you?
You know, I think, you know, of amongst all, this year has been, you know, that year to just pause and look back and just like look from outside in and say, hey, what am I really doing? And you know, it's been ups and downs, but we thank God for life. I've been saying, as long as you're alive, that's the win for you this year. If you're alive and you're healthy, you just have to give thanks. So I'm giving thanks because I'm alive and healthy. Because we don't know tomorrow. This year has showed us that.
I know, right?
We don't know tomorrow.
Legit, like this has been a very, very unpredictable year.
Very, very.
I would say like that. But as an artist, you know, in terms of music, you didn't have as many live performances anymore. You didn't have as much interaction, live interaction with your fans. So for you, what was that feeling like?
You know, for me, I was coming to the point where I felt like I needed to have a pause, like a holiday. Because I've been doing the same thing since, you know, late 2015, 2016. And so, you know, for me, it's been a blessing in disguise because it's like towards the end of last year, I was seeing myself like do shows and like instead of doing the full sets, I'm trying to like cut it short. So I was beginning to feel like, hey, is it that I'm not enjoying this thing anymore? And it's just now just pausing, I just realized that I just needed a break. And, you know, we thank God.
But would you agree that your sound has like changed a little?
Definitely.
Like, you know, from the Mohima Lego vibe.
Yeah. We were just talking about
Ohima and the dude that would not stop singing that song for me.
Shout out to him, by the way.
We don't talk anymore, FYI.
I was just saying, I'm sure you still love the guy. Love doesn't go away. It's
but
just
love does, though.
Nah, it doesn't go
does.
somewhere. Trust me. The way you're talking about it, I can see that.
No. You're not interviewing me, Mr. Eazi. Let's not talk about my love. But for you, though, you seem like you're the hopeless romantic kind of guy. Am I right?
You know, I think love is a beautiful thing. You know, it's beautiful from the love you have for someone romantically to the love you have for family and the love you have for God if you believe in God. So I think love is like the purest energy in this world. So
it is.
You know, if you have love, then you have God, Abby.
What's the
no turn this one to preaching.
But really, though, for the year 2020, what would you say has been the most loving, memorable thing that's happened to you?
So many, you know, so many. But if I have to think of one, I think I think my birthday.
What happened?
Yeah, my birthday. I just received so much love. So much love.
Gifts?
Yeah, gifts.
What was the most shocking gift?
Shocking gift. Oh, someone I just met, like a guy I just met, and we were doing business together, and I thought it was just strictly business. You know those ones where you feel the person is just business, and then they were not in the same country I was. In the lockdown, they still managed to send a gift. So I just I just saw it as like, wow, I need to be a better friend.
Right? That is essential.
Yeah, after that, I just had to start writing birthdays of all the people in my life, and now I send everybody.
I should actually do that. I'm really terrible with
balloons,
birthdays.
Cakes, messages, you know. Yeah.
Now, but like, just before we got into the talk about love, I was just saying that your sound has really evolved.
Definitely.
So what are your thoughts on when you are described as, okay, that Ghanaian Pidgin guy? Because you've moved on from that. I mean, you're still that, but then you're more than that now.
You know, it's funny, like, if you ask me to describe the sound of my music right now, you know, it's tough to describe, except that it's just an expression of myself. So, obviously I started making music in Ghana, and then the UK, and then blew up in Nigeria as well. And then since then, I've just been traveling. So loads of time spent in the UK. Late last year, I started doing a lot of stuff with Spanish artists. And, you know, I feel like I just absorb my environment and it comes out in the music. So for instance, my latest release, Oh My God, you can't say that's like Afrobeat. That is more like reggaeton-ish. Do you understand? It's like dancehall. You can't play that song. Like if you listen to Wizkid's new album, shout out to Wizkid, or you listen to Femme, for instance. Like if you listen to those songs, you know that, this is like made in Lagos, you know, the sound of Femme, but Oh My God, you're like, okay, this is like, and that just expresses where my head is at. And so I feel as an artist, it's important to, it's beautiful when you can put out music and not be afraid that, what if this one no enter? What if my fans don't like it? And I've been blessed with fans that just come with me on the journey. So from Accra to Lagos, Lagos to London, and now I'm just, you know, traveling around, experimenting.
All right, I actually really liked Oh My Gosh. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard Oh My Gosh, let's take a look at that video so we can try to decipher that sound together, right? Let's take a look at Oh My Gosh.
I got one, but me one tap what I conundrum. Never seen a girl who give me vibes some. Never seen a girl with biggie bum bum. You know me got a lot of girls around me. Steady get them low, get them the honey.
All right, so now that's when are we even getting an official video? Because you know that's a dance video for Oh My Gosh.
I don't think there's gonna be an official video for me. Yeah, and this is the first time I'm saying it because we made the song like 2 years ago, and when we wanted to put out the song, it was lockdown. And then Nikki was pregnant at the same time. And for me, I just looked at it. I'm like, hey, I've been pushing this song for 2 years. I'm just going to drop the song. So we just had to do the dance video. And then there's an animated video.
Yes, there is.
You know, except something changes. For me, I'm already onto the next one. It's like on to the next one.
Which is J Balvin.
Yeah.
Now, J Balvin, when you talk about Latin music, he's creme de la creme. He's one of the really big ones. I mean, for me, every single song he's released, and he's been very busy, you know, churning out music back to back.
An album like every year.
I know. I don't know how he does it. He's kinging in that scene. So what is your music that you're set to put out with J Balvin? Like?
So it's called Lento. On that one, it's produced, it's called Lento means softly. It's produced by Killer Tunes. So it's like, it has a lot of Afro vibes on it, but it's him speaking Spanish. I'm doing a little bit of Spanish and English and Pidgin as well. So it's an exciting one. I think that will be my last release for the year, and maybe a couple features might drop. Like for instance, there's this new one called French Kiss with a new artist called Tega Star. So I'm on it. I think he drops the video in a week, and that's it.
You know what I noticed, Mr. Eazi? You have a thing for affiliating yourself with upcoming talent that are really good. For instance, what you did with King Promise. I mean, he's a star, but it's like you felt like, listen, I want to make this star more of a star. So what is that thing for you? Is it like a personal thing? Like, okay, when I was starting as well, they took me up, so let me help others?
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, coming into the game, a lot of people showed me love from...
I thought you were going to say Pepe.
No. A lot of people showed me love from, you know, from Sarkodie, Ifia, Joey B, Wizkid, DJ Spino, DJ Neptune. And so on one side is me giving back that love that I received. You know, I was going on about how love is like the purest thing. And on the second form is like, I want to build an ecosystem, and in the future, I want to be a huge stakeholder in the ecosystem, you know. And so when I work with new artists or new producers, it's all futuristic, and it's beautiful to see them blow up, and I can be part of that story. And it's like, it comes back to you, you know, in every way, both on the love, on the blessings, and on the money as well.
On the money, let's talk about that. You know, I feel like that is one thing that is very essential when you're picking up new artists. As a label owner, how would you say it feels like when you have an artist, but the money isn't coming in? Like for you, do you get to that point where you're just like, leave my house, just leave?
I've been running Empire for maybe a year and a half. And everybody knows the successful stories like Joe Boy. Everybody knows Joe Boy. But there were times when we were putting out records and you know, it hadn't hit the market
Yeah.
as it was supposed to. Like, he had a song with me that didn't hit the market. And I have, like, another artist that I've been spending money on. But I think, as, you know, it's a business where you have to know that everything leads to the other, you know. So you have to be patient with the artist. And, you know, like, for instance, for myself, Nigerians only, like, caught on to my music around, like, August of 2016. But I'd already had songs since 2015.
I know.
And so all of a sudden, I was like, hey, this guy just came and like 6, 7 hit songs. So you always know that when that one hits the market, all the other ones, there's nothing like a wasted song. You can have a song 6 years old, 6 years later, it will blow up. So it's patience.
Okay, so now, but I know that there are situations where you have an artist and you release, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you're not getting it. So
I think it's like that in business. You can go to whatever country and then buy a container of goods and then bring it. Yes, now you go bring the container here, and then people are not buying your clothes. It's like that in every business.
Yeah.
So what will you do? You'll be patient. You just have to be patient. You have to pray. You have to strategize. It's a tough business because the value of money is very capital intensive. Yeah.
All right, you know what we're going to do? I feel like you remember when you asked Kanye to come when he was talking about the whole contract issues, and you said, Kanye, come to Empower, I will sign you. This year has also been the year of very terrible contracts between artists and their labels, and I want us to talk about them because I think it's essential. But for now, we have to head out to a quick break, so stay tuned to Arise 360. And we're going to leave you with one of Mr. Eazi's songs while we head out to this quick break. This one is with King Promise. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this. All right, now this is one of the biggest songs in Ghana right now. If you don't know Baby I'm Jealous, I'm actually jealous. You know, I just feel bad.
You're jealous of what?
Jealous of the fact that, you know, you're missing out on so much fun.
Oh, what? I thought you were jealous of, you know.
Of what?
I don't know.
No. Well, anyway, let's keep talking about this contract business here. So now, there are two sides of the table. There's a side where, as an artist, you're not bringing anything to the table. I have a friend of mine. She spent about 40 million on an artist. And one day, this artist just goes, you know, it's not working. He doesn't want to do anymore. She was depressed, distraught, like, where do I pick up myself from? And then you have the other side of the table where the artists now come in and they're doing very well. They have such horrible contracts, like what Kanye was talking about. Contracts that just stifle your growth. You're not growing. Some people are stuck in 4-year contracts and they're not getting anything out of it. So there's this battle between the artist and the record label constantly. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it would always happen in every business, especially businesses that, like you just said, you're putting in a lot of money. The risk is so high. It's one of the most, it's a very, very risky
but is it
business
profitable
to invest in. When it becomes like, when you have success, it's a very high profit. So it's high risk, high margin. And at the end of the day, you know, I think the business is still evolving. I being like an artist and a label boss, sometimes I have to put myself in the place of the artist, and sometimes my accountant has to call me and say, hey, that's not good for the business. Because I'm thinking as an artist. So sometimes I have to step out and let the accountants and the lawyers do all the calculations, you know. And, you know, even in the 1.5 year of owning this label, I've also encountered the same in the likes, like internal, you know, conflicts between, you know, contracts interpretations or accounting. And I think the way every entrepreneur should see these as is a way to make the business better. So now I tell my staff, I'm like, hey, the moment an artist, you know, asks you for something, it's not fight. It's like, explain. It's just like if you go to the bank and you say, hey, why did I receive this a lot? The bank should explain to you. It's not war. And in the same vein, that's how the artist should also look at it. Because it's high capital, and you cannot, like, if you think of the value of money, if you invest in an artist 2 years and wait for them to blow up, you know, there's a lot of risks. But it's high profitable, and also, like, once you have music that works, like IP, you know, even if music cannot go away. If you build a house, it can be destroyed, you know.
Exactly.
the IP stays forever.
It
It's
does.
forever. Michael Jackson's music,
Is
people
legendary.
still listen to Prince,
Yeah.
Fela till tomorrow.
What are you listening to right now,
You know.
Mr. Eazi? Like, what's on your playlist?
What is on my JayZ?
Apart from your music.
It's JayZ actually.
JayZ?
Yeah, JayZ.
Nigerian.
The album
Give me African
Kingdom
artists.
Come. African artists. I'm listening to like, because now there's like 30 artists that are coming through the Empower program. They're not
Okay.
yet signed.
Okay.
So we're working with them. So
Okay.
imagine 30 artists sending you like maybe 5.
How did you
songs.
find this 30 artists?
So we put it out. Every year we have something called the Empower program. We announce and people submit, enter on Instagram. They put up videos of themselves singing or rapping. My team goes through them, selects 30. We give them grants. So we pay for free. We pay for one music video and then we put it out. And then the ones, we look at them, the ones that start to do well, we then do further deals with.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's like
amazing.
that's back to what Kanye was talking about.
Yeah.
Is Y Combinator model. It's like you invest in a lot of businesses and you see maybe you invest in 20 businesses and you see 2.
But how does that,
would start
how does
to
that
do well.
profit you now?
Yeah, the profit, that's what I was saying. Like you invest in, last year we funded 100 artists. And of the 100 artists we funded, only like 6 blew up. And of all of the 6 that blew up, only like 2 were very profitable. But those 2 that were very profitable balanced out. Over time, they balance out for everything. So it's like every business you invest in, you have to think of it like a tech business, like Paystack, for
Yeah.
instance. You know, Paystack some years ago was looking for money.
now-
Investors invested in
Look at that.
different business.
Yeah,
Y
they did.
Combinator invested in Paystack. And then now you see Paystack, how much did they invest in? How much
Are they getting
are
out
they
of it?
getting out of it? So that's how you have to think about music.
Fantastic.
Like a tech business.
But you now,
Yeah.
on your own, without, when you're not thinking of business and you're
Yeah.
not thinking of my music,
Yeah.
who are you listening to? Like, what kind of music gets Mr. Eazi?
I'm telling you right now, it's only JayZ.
You're
to be
kidding.
honest.
There's no, even like, come and there has to be like one African artist or one Nigerian artist.
I'm telling you, it's JayZ.
What
I
is-
listen to just because.
Why?
like,
Are you trying to put out a sound like that?
No,
or-
I'm next year I turn 30.
Okay.
And the album called Kingdom Come, it's about JayZ talking about him turning 30 and where his mind is at
so you're
and
trying to
how
compare.
he's moved from bling bling. He doesn't care about the bling bling anymore. He cares about shares, stocks in companies. He doesn't care about buying cars with spinning rims. He just cares about a car that is efficient. He's talking about investment, talking about building a family.
Yeah.
You know, he's talking about how important your family is, your mom, your dad is, you know, so that's where my head is at. So when I'm listening to JayZ, and he talks about some internal conflicts in his company and with his friends, and that also applies to me as well. So when I'm listening to it, I'm like learning. I'm not there yet, you know, I'm not there yet, but I'm learning. I'm like, oh, so this is what can happen. This is the
So,
things that
Mr.
happen.
Eazi at
Yeah.
30, what's in the plans? You talked about, do you want like family? Are you settling down anytime soon?
For me, it's like
Are
more
you-
attention to my
Yeah.
first my immediate family.
Okay,
So
your
like
immediate
my mom
family.
and my dad. Yeah. it's
Okay.
Like the other day I put up a tweet. I said I do this for my mom and my dad, because like at some point you just get to realize that sometimes the only people that have your back is your mom and your dad. Because like, you know, if you have parents that care about you, like don't.
But then, I
even-
mean, there must be other people
Don't
that
even-
still care about you.
Yeah, but like for me, I feel like in the hierarchy, first is my mom and my dad, because
Who's second?
you know, they've shown me so much love. And then after my mom and my dad, it's like my family, my nuclear family. So my brothers, my sisters.
Who's third?
And then, you know, it's not third. Is first my mom and my dad. 1.1 is my immediate family.
1.2
And then number 2 is, you know, yeah.
is you know.
My girlfriend, by the way, she just put out.
But
the
we had
movie
Kulia
today,
Falayon
Citation.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
and
seeing the responses. I've watched it twice now.
you have.
Yeah, and I think I'm.
Well,
I'm
you've
ready
watched
to
the movie,
watch
but it just came
again.
out today on Netflix.
Yeah, that's what you get.
So you
when-
watched it today twice already.
twice already.
Aw.
Twice already.
So what's the plan? Are you guys looking to, you know, solidify this forever, or are we still waiting?
I don't understand your
You know,
question.
like, you know, you're wearing a couple of rings. We're just asking, or we just want
I
to
don't
know.
understand your question.
Like, you know, you just said turning 30. JayZ was, you know, about his family. So do you
Yeah.
think it might be about family turning 30?
You know, I think like ultimately, like my head right now is about you know, looking at life and just saying, hey, what is really important, and solidifying everything.
I know what you're doing. You're just trying to give me generic answers.
You never know. It might have happened, but you don't know.
Oh, door. I think I'm going to stick with that. Now, something else is coming very soon as well as a follow-up to Only You Can Remember.
Yeah.
So something else is going to be an album, an EP.
So something else is an EP. It has 5 songs on it. It's ready. I was supposed to drop it December, but I just decided to push it to next year. And so it's like 5 songs. It's actually something else. It's not what you expect me to do as well.
Is the J Balvin track on it?
No. So the J Balvin track was supposed to be on it. The Nicki Minaj track was supposed to be on it. But now I've decided to let them just be standalone singles.
Okay.
Something else is majorly myself. And then there's one feature on it, a new artist, 16-year-old kid from Abuja. That's
wow. What's his name?
I can't tell you his name.
Come on. I know all of them. I feel like I would know who he is.
Hush. I don't. If I mention his name now, maybe person will go sign the guy. Sharp.
I feel like I know who it is.
You might know. Don't.
Can I guess?
No. Don't guess. Just off
right,
air.
Fine.
Off air. But I'm also like, the last time I put out a full body of work was 2018.
Yeah.
And now I think I'm ready to put out my next album.
Your next album.
Yeah,
so when are we looking?
I don't know what the name is going to be called. We're looking, God willing, either end of the year, next year, or early the year after.
Well,
so,
ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of things to take out of this. We're getting an album from Mr. Eazi, hopefully next year. Something else is coming out very soon as well, next year, beginning, hopefully. And maybe he might be married. Who knows?
Maybe. See, ring in my hand. I feel don't marry you.
Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us on Arise 360 today, Mr. Eazi. And we're going to leave you with that banging track, Baby, I'm Jealous. King Promise and Mr. Eazi of Only You Remember. Stay with us.